You're welcome to another segment of our Investors Education Webinar series. So this is actually a series 2 of the webinar series that we had earlier that has the topic, a practical guide on how to buy and sell shares. And the previous one went really great. It was very, very insightful. And I know that this one will also be the same. So let's get right on with it. So today's topic is actually a practical guide on how to sell shares on the Afrinvestor app. And, you know, from the last one that we did, we actually showed you a practical guide on how to use the Afrinvestor 2.0 app to buy shares on from the NGX and do your normal transaction, fund your wallet and the likes. And today we would be doing the same, but then we'll be on the sales side. We'll be showing you how to sell on the Afrinvestor 2.0 app, and we'll be doing other briefings as well. And without much ado, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Bola Ontimileyin, and I'm a stockbroker with Afrinvest Securities. And for those that are just joining, Afrinvest is actually a subsidiary of Afrinvest West Africa, and we are actually a broker. We are actually licensed as a broker dealer with the Nigerian Exchange Group, and we are also licensed by this Nigerian Securities and Exchange Group as a broker dealer. And like I said earlier, we had a previous session whereby we talked about how to buy and sell shares on the Nigerian Exchange Group on our Afrinvestor 2.0 app. And then today, at the last time, we only covered the buy side. So this time we'll be covering the sales side. And, you know, I have my two wonderful colleagues here with me, in which they will be coming up at different times to give you the lowdown and give you the briefing on the right steps to take. They'll be sharing their screen to show you how to actually buy on the Afrinvestor 2.0 app. They'll be giving you different fundamental analysis on the right stocks to buy, at what time to buy, and at what time to sell as well. And my first speaker, who is Victoria Adegboyega. She's actually a licensed stockbroker, and she's actually an authorized dealing clerk of the stock exchange. She has been doing this for over 2 years, and I believe she'll be able to deliver and make sure you understand how to trade. And my second speaker, who is also bearing Blessing Around, she'll be coming up to describe and let you know the right stocks to buy, when and how to buy them. So I'll be introducing them later on in the session. Yeah, so before I introduce them, I would like to give a brief explanation on the concepts of shares as a whole, and I would like to talk about your KYC and CSCS. So all these things have previously been discussed in the previous webinar, and I guess if you missed out on that, you can check our YouTube channel and just type in Afrinvest West Africa. You'll be able to see the pre-recorded video there, and you'll be, I'm very sure you'll be able to get more insights from it. And like I said, I would like to give a full lowdown on the whole concept of shares, CSCS, and the use of your KYC. So let me say, okay, if you want to, let's say, okay, from shares as a whole, what is shares? When you say you want to buy shares, it only means that you are buying the rights to own that particular company. And most of all these companies that you are buying their shares, it only means that you are buying their shares because you feel that you want to earn a return. And most of all these companies come out, they go to the exchange, go to the stock exchange to raise funds because they have a particular project that they want to run and they need fund. And when an investor sees that this particular company has future growth and they can provide adequate return, they would want to invest in such companies. And then there will be a transaction. So when an investor says, okay, I'm ready to start investing in shares, what is the first step they will be taking? The first step they'll be taking is to open a brokerage account. And when you want to open a brokerage account, you'll be needing your KYC. Your KYC is just useful to us for us to know you and have your informations with us. Do you understand? So what are these KYCs that we need? It's not that much. We only need your identity card, which can be your NIN or any government approved identity card. And as well, we will need your utility bill. Your utility bill is mainly to just confirm your house address. So once you have those two, the rest is just to upload your passport and your signature. So once you are done with that, and you have filled up your details on the Afrinvestor 2.0 app, then you are ready to, no, you might not even be ready, you won't be ready to start trading, because after opening a brokerage account, you will need what we call a CSCS account, a CSCS number rather. So this CSCS, what does CSCS means? CSCS just means Central Securities Clearance System. They are actually an organization that provides settlement and depository service to our shares transaction. So what do I mean by depository and settlement service? So depository just means that unlike before, that when you buy shares that you'd need a share certificate, this time around, most of all those things are being digitalized, and the CSCS are like an organization that provides like a recording for the amount of shares that you have and the amount of shares that you've sold. Do you understand? So they have a recording of your portfolio of shares that you have with them. It might not even be shares, it might even be other securities. So what I also mentioned settlement service. Settlement service function of the CSCS is that they make sure that, okay, the buyer's money gets to the seller and the seller's shares get to the buyer at a particular time. And once you are ready to start trading in shares, and you've opened a brokerage account, the next thing is to use the information that we have in your brokerage account to open a CSCS account for you. So after we've done that, and this process just takes between 3 days. So when you say that, okay, I want to start doing shares transaction, I want to start investing in shares, then you have to know that the first 3 days, you'll be sacrificing it to open a brokerage account and a CSCS account, in which the CSCS will be ascribing a particular number to you. So after you are done with this, then you say that, okay, you are ready to start trading. You are ready to start trading in the Nigerian stock market. And I'm sure that my colleagues here will be ready to teach you and guide you on how to buy and sell, and also make you understand the right stocks to buy. You won't just look at any company or any organization and say you want to buy them or you want to sell their stocks at any point in time. So I'm very sure they'll be doing that for you. So I believe I've been able to like give a brief summary of the whole concept of shares transaction or shares investment as a whole. And then I would like to invite my colleague Victoria Adegboyega, who will be guiding us, and she'll be sharing her screen to show you a step-by-step guide on how to buy and on how to sell, especially because the last session, like I said, the last webinar, we actually talked about the buy side. So now she'll be showing you how to do the process of selling your shares on the Afrinvestor 2.0 app. And I know that you will be following through. So thank you very much. So Victoria Adegboyega, please, can you have the floor?
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Timilen, for the beautiful introduction. So I'll be taking you through again on how to sell your shares from the Afrinvestor wallet, from the Afrinvestor app, then how to fund your account, how to withdraw from your account, and if you have queries or questions or complaints for us, how to share it with us without sending it via our email address. So first things first, before we dive right into it, what is the Afrinvestor app? The Afrinvestor 2.0. So it's an app that enables you to actually trade on the Nigerian Exchange. So for you to be able to actually get this app, you need to go to your App Store or your Play Store. If you're using an iOS, that's App Store. If you're using an Android phone, that's Play Store, to download the app. So this, for my screen, you can see I've already gone. This is my App Store, and this is the Afrinvestor 2.0. So please note the logo and note the name. It's Afrinvestor 2.0. So please note that it's very, very important. So once you download it, all you need to do is click on open. So once you download it, it brings you to this sign up page. So in the sign up page, you're actually supposed to, for new users, you're supposed to sign up, by accepting the policies, put your email address, your phone number, your date of birth, and your password. So after that, you'll be able to sign up. It's easy. So please, and if you do not like, so I don't, it's actually very easy. And we've already explained it in the previous webinar. So I know the link is already also in the comment section. Please click on it to go to our YouTube page to watch it. So it is very easy. So, and once you watch it, you will understand. So, but if you already have an existing account, you don't need to sign up again, so that you don't have like multiple accounts. So all you need to do is sign in. So then for you to sign in, you either click on sign in at the bottom of the page or sign in at the top of the page. So once you click on one of them, so that you'll be able to come to the sign in page. So if you're a migrated user, you were using our old app before we migrated to the 2.0, or you forgot your password, or somehow you cannot even remember your password, all you need to do is click on forgot password, put your email address and send instruction. And not will be sent to your email address, your registered email address, and you'll be able to change your password. Now, once you change your password, you just use your email address and your new password to sign in. So I already have all my details, so I'm just going to sign in. That's my password. So I'll sign in after my email address and my password. So, and we've already explained the home page to you and all your important, like all the things that are here in the previous webinar that we did. But there's a new interesting new feature, which will be investor education. Please, like, this feature is really, really nice, and to actually teach you basic things you need to know about stock trading, about fixed income trading, about all our products. So when you're actually available, just click on it and and go through it. It's very interesting. Like you get that if you want to learn a lot from it. So then, but today, because of we got a lot of feedback that okay, you do not really get how to fund your wallet. So I'm going to just quickly take you through funding your wallet before we go into details. So to fund your wallet, there are two ways. It's either you click on wallet, which is the longer, and click on deposit, which is the longer version, or you go or from the home page, you just click on fund wallet. So either way you do it, they are the same thing. So if you click, then all you need to do is input the amount you want to fund, then click on continue. So with this, it gives you two options: either you use your card, your debit or credit card, or your bank transfer. So if you want to use your debit or credit card, you just click on it. That will give you other options that you can use, either your debit card, your credit card, like also you can use the USSD. So there are other different options there that you can actually use to fund your wallet. So if you click on, so all you need to now do, if you want to use your card, you click on pay with card. So pay with card, you input your card details, that's your card number, your expiry date, and your CVV. Then once you are done, you click on pay 2020 because that's the amount you want to pay. Then with that, you can send an OTP to your phone number that is registered with your bank. So with that OTP, you input it here and you'll be able to complete your transaction. But if you do not want to use your credit or debit card, you want to use bank transfer, you just need to click on bank transfer. Then an account number an account number will pop up on your screen. Just copy the account number, go to your banking app or any other banking app, then give it the account number and give it the amount you want to send. Then once you are done, you need to click on transfer done. So once transfer is done, it will actually automatically load your wallet. It will refresh your app and load your wallet with the amount you transferred. In case you did not like the wallet balance is not reflecting immediately, you can actually send a mail to brokerage@afrinvestor.com. But aside brokerage@afrinvestor.com, there are alternative ways to reach us, which I would actually explain to you at before I round up my section. So stay with me and learn. So for moving on, after funding your wallet, okay, you funded your wallet, now you want to go, and you already have some stocks in your portfolio, you want to sell your stocks, because you've actually bought previously. So now you want to sell, you've made profits, you've done a lot of different things, you've gotten dividend, and okay, you feel like, okay, maybe you need some cash and you just want to quickly sell from your portfolio. And before I actually go into that, I need to explain some reasons why people sell from their portfolio, they sell their investments. So if you want to sell your investment, so reasons could include, overvaluation. Maybe you've done your research and you feel like, okay, this thing is already overpriced. Like the intrinsic value is like the real worth of the shares is now, like, of the shares that you have is less than the price it is trading. So with that, you just want to sell it and I take the income, I take the sales process. But when the price comes down later and like it's almost at par or less than the intrinsic value, you want to buy back. So that is the reason why people sell their shares. Then another reason is, okay, there's poor performance in the company or negative catalyst. As Timmy had said earlier, people actually buy shares because they feel like the company they are buying shares into has potential. But by the time you bought the shares and the potential is not, you're not seeing the potential, or what you are thinking will happen is actually not happening. And instead of them having good results, they are running out losses yearly, and you feel like, okay, you can't keep up with this. You can actually also sell your shares because of that. So that's another reason why people sell their shares. Then another reason is the assessment of investment objectives. Okay, previously people's objectives can change. Maybe before you were into capital appreciation, so you want to buy stocks that would appreciate in prices. So maybe you want to buy the stock at 10 naira, then maybe in 2 years or 6 months time, you want it to be 15 naira. Okay, it can be your objective. So that's that. Then, but if the objective now changes, like, okay, I don't want capital appreciation anymore. I now want dividend. So there are you just have to sell some stocks that because they don't pay dividends. Fine, they can give you capital appreciation, but they don't pay dividends. So you just sell them and buy the ones that will actually pay you dividends. So that is another reason why people sell their stocks. Then another reason is portfolio rebalancing. So just to balance your portfolio, like for you to even actually be trading in the stock market, you need to like have more balance, diversify your portfolio. So by diversifying your portfolio, you buy from like almost every sector, so that in case if anything happens in one sector, your other sector will be able to balance of what is happening. So then when things like that happen, it actually disrupt the balancing. So the balancing is really done in value. So by the time of time, some stock prices will go down, while the others will go up. So for you to, the ones that have gone up, you can probably sell them so that you can still keep the rating. While you buy those that have gone down, so that you can like increase the rating, and to balance your portfolio up. So that is another reason. And then changing risk profile. So some people actually are very risky. They like risky stocks because they feel like the high risk, high return. So they buy things that, okay, it's only risk that I'm after. So maybe let me say for using age example, when you are younger, obviously you might like more results. But then you get older, maybe before you were not married, now you married, you have 2 children, now your risk level will reduce because you know that if I do anything, it will affect you very quickly. So you don't want to do anything that will actually jeopardize your family's welfare. So you actually want to reduce your risk. So there are some stocks, like penny stocks, that don't have fundamentals, they don't want to ride on the base. Based on, okay, maybe saying that it's going to be high, so there's a lot of technical analysis, but after all that, but your risk appetite changes. You just have to sell down the ones that are very risky and the ones that you are just doing technical analysis and don't have fundamentals, and buy the ones that are okay, that have a good fundamentals, that you are stable, and you need to probably use your money or lose your value for holding them. Then another, last but not the least reason that I have here is profit taking. Okay, now you bought your stock 10 naira and it's not selling at 15 naira. So you actually made over 200% income on that. So you want to actually sell it and take your profit. So that you now the position when the prices have gone down. So that's another reason why people sell their stock. So these are just about 7 reasons why people sell their, 6 reasons why people sell their stock. If you have other reasons that I have not mentioned, you can drop them in the comment section so others can learn from you. So let's go back to now selling the stock. So I assume that with all this, you already have like stocks that you want to sell, you know why you want to sell them, and so that dive right into selling. So to sell your stock, I think you first need to know what you have in your portfolio. So you first need to know what you have. So that way you need to check your portfolio. So then all you need to do is click on portfolio to see what you have. Then I can see what I have in my portfolio. Then so there are now 2 ways for you to actually sell your stock. So you can actually go through the long method, which is you clicking on invest, clicking on Nigerian stock, then searching for the stock you want to sell. Or the alternative is going from the home page, just click on stocks. So when you click on stocks, it takes you also to list of stocks that we have available on the app for you to buy or sell. So with that, and as I said in the previous webinar, that there are over 300 stocks here. So you don't want to be scrolling one after the other to be looking for what the stock that you want to buy. So all you need to do is come to find stock and click on it and search for the stock you want to sell. So for me, I want to sell 10 pounds. I have some units and I really got them at low price because I think I got my own 24 naira. So now 23 naira, I think I know I've made a lot of money from that. So I want to sell some part of it, and keep all that. So I'll click on Zenith Bank. And so from the previous webinar, I already explained the page and what almost everything means. But for those that were not there, so you won't get lost, let me just quickly go through it again. At your left top left is the Zenith logo, then the price in front of it is the reference price. So reference price means the price it closed yesterday. So you can see this graph that is there. So it shows that the 1 year price change of Zenith Bank. So what we did from last year, 1st of August to now is here. So that you just here. So if you just keep scrolling, you will see everything from last year, 1st of August to today. So then going down, you see the overview of the market. So what is currently happening in the market? So you can see that the stock opened at 33.50. Then the previous closing price was 33.50, 33 naira 50 kobo. Then the best bid now in the market is 33 naira 50 kobo. Then it has actually changed negative 1.04% today from 10 a.m. to now. So and today's high is 34 naira. So it has traded as high as 34 naira. Today's low is 33.15. So it has traded as low as 33.15 today. Then you can see the best offer price. So at the moment right now, the best offer is 33.60. Then with 2 weeks high, 52 weeks low, that means that the highest has gone in 1 year, and the low is 52 weeks low is the lowest has gone in 1 year. Then you see the order book. The order book shows you what is available for you to what is available in the market right now. So if you want to, for those that want to buy, that's when you see their bids, and those that want to sell are the offers. So at the top of the offers, that's the lowest price somebody is willing to sell the stock. So the offers are those that are willing to sell, and the lowest price to sell the stock is the best offer. While the bid is those that are willing to buy, and at the top also is the lowest price, the highest price somebody is willing to buy. So with that, then all you need to do is click on sell. So when you click on sell, it will show you sell order form where you can increase what you want. And so I already also explained it in the previous webinar. Or if you did not join the previous webinar or you've not watched it, please the link is in the comment section. Try and click on it and watch it. It is very educating. So please do that. Then So to impute your orders in the then so or your order type, so you can actually choose between a market order or a limit order. The market order means that you want to buy, you want to sell the stock now. So anything that is available, you're ready to take it. You don't even want to care what is happening. So even if it's like even if you like you should be trading at 28 naira, you're ready to sell it now. But a limit order means that okay, I have a price limit in my mind. If it is trading less than that price limit, I am not selling. So maybe my price limit is 35 naira. So if it's trading less than 35 naira, no matter whatever is happening, I am not selling. So for me, I have the price limit, so I'm going to use my limit order. Then the limit period. Limit period explains, when you set a limit order, there's a probability that because of your price limit, it will not go through today. So, based on that, you can actually tell the app that okay, because of my price limit, I might not go through today. Leave the order in the market for 3 days. Leave the order in the market for extra period so that extra period, and so that at least it does not go today, you will try and go tomorrow. If it does not go tomorrow, it will try and go next tomorrow. So if you leave for 3 days, it will be in the market for 3 days. So that means tomorrow, next tomorrow, and no, today, tomorrow, and next tomorrow. That's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But if you leave it for 5 days, that means to be in the market for 5 days, and after 5 days, it will expire. When you give it good for 7 days, you'll be in the market for 7 days, and after 7 days, it will expire. So that's that about. Then you leave for 30 days, you'll be in the market for the whole 30 days. But after 30 days, if there's nobody that buys your order, that buys your stock that you want to sell, it will expire. So the thing is, okay, within the 5 days, 3 days, 7 days, if there's somebody that's willing to buy at your price, it will match. So you get a contract note for that. But if there's nobody willing, that's when it will take to 3 days, 5 days, or 7 or 30 days of whatever time you put it. So it's important to note that too. So, but for me, I just want it to, after today, it does not go through, I don't want to sell again, so I'm just going to put it good for a day. Then I'm going to put my limit price. So my limit price is, so fine, I would advise people, because if you don't have a limit price in mind, because you don't want to just leave it at market, because you can actually sell it at any price if you leave it in the market. So you just try to check what the order book is saying, so you can be able to see, what exactly people are trading in the market. So what the highest bid is 3.5, so that's like the highest somebody willing to buy. Then the highest, so see what people are actually bidding and people are actually offering, so that you know how to position yourself properly. So for me, I actually already have a limit order in mind. So I'm just going to my limit order, but it's good to check that if you don't have a limit order in mind. So it will actually guide you on, the price you should put. So you don't put extremely small price that is not cross, or you don't put extremely high price that nobody's going to. Extremely small price that you would actually be at loss, or it obviously be short for you, because when you're supposed to sell at 24 naira and you're selling at 22 naira because you did not check the order book, you actually losing some money into the market. Or when you now put it at 36 naira when it's actually trading 32 naira in the market. So that one will just be there for a long time. Nobody will buy from you. So then you put your units you want to sell. So you remember that you check our units available at the beginning. So then I've already done my calculation. I know how much I need, so I'll just put the units I want to sell. So I want to sell 20 units. Then you click on sell, then it's at the bottom of the page. So with the sell, then it pops up a sell order summary for you. With the sell order summary, you'll be able to check your consideration. That's the price times quantity, of the price times the quantity you want to sell. Then the commission. Commission is the fees you pay to us for doing the transaction for you. While the fees you pay to the regulatory bodies, the NGS, the CSCS, and the SEC, as Trini has explained earlier. Then the total is the consideration less the commission and fees. So with that, you need to click on sell now. Then it will process your order into the market. If you process your order into the market, so take a moment and process your order into the market. So then it will show you your sell order has been completed. Once your sell order is completed, you'll be able to get a notification that your sell order has been completed, and with that you'll be able to, as you initiated, with that you'll actually sell in the market. If the sell order is executed, you get a contract note. Then with your contract note, it will show you the breakdown. If you don't have a price limit, it will show you the price that is sold. Then if you have a price limit, it will show you like the price limit to be there. If it will show you the fees, it will show you the charges, all the charges, and it shows you the complete breakdown of your orders, of your sale order. So after you've actually sold, and it's important to know that settlement is 3 days after selling. So that's 3+3. So if you sell today, you will not be able to get your money till Monday. So that is a regulatory, like this regulatory setup. So I know they are working on it to reduce that a little, so that because you can buy and sell quickly, but currently that is what is applicable. So if you sell today, you're not able to get your money till Monday. So on that note, but it's important to also know that there are 2 ways you can get your money. So you either get your money on the app, like in your wallet, or you get your money in your bank account. So if when you get, for people that get their money on their bank account, they are on direct cash settlement. That means CSCS pays the money into their bank account directly. So once, and for newly opened account, everybody automatically set up on direct cash settlement, because there were some regulatory conditions that actually necessitated that. So, but aside that, so you can actually also opt out from direct cash settlement. So that way, your proceeds from sales will directly enter into your wallet. So after you've sold. So after, so now it's 3 days after I've actually sold, and I want to withdraw money from my wallet. My sales proceeds, I'm not on direct access to me, and my sales proceeds have entered my wallet. So I want to withdraw from my wallet. So all you need to do is go to wallet at the bottom of the page, then click on withdraw. So when you click on withdraw, it will show your account details, then click the amount you want to withdraw, then click on next. Then now it will request for your 4-digit PIN, the one you set at the beginning of your account when you were doing your account setup. So with the 4-digit PIN, that when you click on your 4-digit PIN, then you're able to click on done and complete your withdrawal. So I don't okay. So you complete your withdrawal. So it is, if you don't know how to come about the 4-digit PIN, please go back and reference the previous webinar that we did, and it's very explanatory. Please watch it, and you'll be able to understand all these things. And also it's important to know that this webinar is also recorded. So in case if you miss something, you can always reference it and go through it again and watch it again. So then once you input your 4-digit PIN, you click on done, but I'm not referring. Use 80 for 18 naira, then put my 4-digit PIN, then click on done. Then take a moment to processing my order. And it is important to know that withdrawal is instant, and once you actually put your withdrawal request, you get your money instantly. Like, okay, let's say 5 minutes. So if in 5 minutes you don't get your request, please, you can send us a mail at brokerage@afrinvestor.com. But please know that if your withdrawal is over 100,000, it's not 5 minutes, because it is actually working our process internally, and we'll be able to process your request for you, and you get your money within 24 hours. So on that note, it's just important to know that. But if it is less than 100,000, your withdrawal is instant, but if you don't get it like within 5 to 10 minutes, you can send us a mail at brokerage@afrinvestor.com. But brokerage@afrinvestor.com again, Abby. Don't worry. And you cannot remember the email address. Okay. So as I told you at the beginning, I'm going to tell you how to also reach out to us without using the brokerage@afrinvestor.com. So the other way is clicking on more at the bottom of the page, then go to help and support. From help and support, all you need to do is type your message. I want to withdraw. To withdraw from my wallet. So please kindly assist the process to withdrawal, or kindly assist to process the withdrawal. The withdrawal of 100,000 from my Afrinvestor wallet. It's just important you put your name, like put important details so that you won't have to. So that when we reach out to you, we just tell you that okay, your withdrawal is done or anything. So that we don't come back and be asking you, okay, what is what is that? So you put as much details as possible so that we can process your request and you don't have to just come back again and ask you for okay more clarity or anything. So and after that, send message. So once you send the message, so we'll receive the message from you. We'll receive and the ticket will be created for you. So be rest assured that you will get a response from us within 24 hours. So fine, I know that the response can be further clarity on what you want. It can be telling you that your issue has been resolved. It can, so depending on the nature of your request, but be rest assured that you get a response within 24 hours. And it's important you note that the response is going to be via email. So please, once you send us a message, try and check your email because we won't send you a pop-up from a notification from the app that okay, your question or query has been responded to. You won't see. So it's important that you check your email. So we will respond to you within 24 hours and check your email. And also, a ticket has been created for you. So the ticket is being tracked. So if it is more than 24 hours, somebody will get queried. So please, it's important you always check your email. Blessing, I think Emil, I don't know, can you confirm that you got my email and respond to me? Blessing, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Victoria, for that beautiful presentation. Yeah, and anytime you actually send this to us, we actually get it and reply you immediately. So yeah, Victoria, thank you, and thank you for joining us again in this beautiful webinar. We are so glad to have you, especially for those that joined in the previous buy webinar. Now we are selling. So I'll just go straight to the point so that we won't take your time for too long, and so that we can always understand some other basis when we need to sell shares, like for instance, direct cash settlement. I know Victoria mentioned this, that okay, it's a type of settlement whereby all your sales, now we're talking about sales, so it's important for us to talk about this because all your sales comes directly to your own bank account. So you have no issue at heart, right? So you can always get your money directly in your bank account. Meanwhile, it is the account on record when you were opening your CSCS, that is the same account where you get this money. So you have no issues. Just make sure that it is that account that you want, that's what you drop, because some people actually come back meeting us that they stated in the mail that they wanted their sales proceeds to drop in a different account. Meanwhile, if you are already on the DCS, that cannot work anymore because the account you dropped at first is already registered, except you now write to CSCS and then they start the whole process of changing. So make sure that whenever you are dropping your bank details, drop what you will use or what works best for you. So the contract notes, as we said last week, one of our panelists will be dropping the webinar slides and recording on the question and answer platform or on the chat. Please do well to click on it if you were not here last time, and just follow through on the webinar so you could catch up with what we did last time. So the contract note basically is that document you receive after you've made any transaction, be it a buy, be it a sell, whatsoever transaction you do with us. It's just for us to tell you, yes, your transaction was successful and well executed, and just for transparency purposes. And then in the contract note, you actually also see your charges, brokerage fee, everything very transparent, no hidden charges. So next online is our signature lodgement. Yeah, I understand that now that we are selling, and we've been hearing that many companies are already dropping their second quarter results and everybody's on the lookout for interim dividend. I want to get my interim dividend, so. Yeah, before you get your interim dividend, it's not actually that automated, right? You actually need to fill a form called the e-dividend mandate form. And then you also need, for some registrars, particularly some registrars, you need to fill the signature lodgement form. And with this, they will help you process your e-dividend mandate and your signature lodgement, and also follow up with the bank for you. So you can just copy yours, yeah, so that we too will keep tabs with them, and then you get your dividend directly on your bank account. That is, maybe Zen Bank paid 3 naira. Okay, for interim, they don't pay up to that. Let's say they paid 35 kobo this time around, or they paid 40 kobo. Yeah, so you will get it directly per share. That's per share, not like all your stocks. So you get it in your bank account. Maybe you use UBO or whatever bank you use. You will just see your dividend alert. I know you're very happy. Yeah, so the equity market cycle, we discussed about that in the last webinar. We discussed about the recovery phase. We talked about the peak phase, contraction or downturn phase, and then we talked about the trough. So all these phases, you can go again to the previous webinar and then download it, watch it again. You get a vivid understanding of all of this. I really want you to watch it, and that's why I may not be doing a whole lot of that, but it just works like the normal economic cycle where things are up and things are down again, and then they are up again, then down again. So at that time, you need to know when best to come into the market. So just not to waste our time, you can see my screen, a sample of CSCS statements. Now, the way you have your normal commercial banks where you deposit your money and then you ask them for bank statement. Oh, UBA, please, my bank statement for 2 years, 6 months, whatsoever. You can also do that with your CSCS. So your CSCS statement is that statement that actually helps you to keep tabs with all the stocks you have. You know, Timileyin actually said earlier on that CSCS actually is like that warehouse. Yeah, for you that maybe you are an Igbo man and you used to have a whole lot of stores and you cannot put everything in your shop. You know, you have a warehouse where you keep your stocks, or maybe you've seen it before in different markets. So the CSCS works like that. So when you say, you ask from us, okay, I need my CSCS statement, immediately we go through the CSCS and download this for you at any given time. For those that are previous investors that have been investing in the market for over 5 to 10 years, they are already used to this. But you that are just joining equities market, maybe you've been investing in other mutual funds or fixed income funds, and then you are just coming into the stock market. So this might look a bit new to you. So I'll just take you through that about the balance. The balance, as you can see on my screen, is just telling you the units that you have of this particular stock. You can see for Access Holdings, this person has 17,416 units of Access Holdings in his portfolio. Then you can see pending. It is pending is 0 because none of his shares is like that has not settled is there. No, everything here before it even comes here, it must have settled, right? So that's why pending is 0. And then you can see current price as at 27th of July 2023. Yeah, the current price of Access Holding was 17 naira 50 kobo. So as of now, it has changed. So it could have gone up or come down. So this is just a sample telling you this is what you have. And then for the value, it's just basically you multiplying your current price times all the units you have. So with that, you are good to go, just for you to know the value of all your shares. And then when you had all this value together, you can say, oh, I have a portfolio of 10 million, I have a portfolio of 15 million, or any other thing. Now, for stock recommendation and basic terminologies, you remember in the last webinar, we actually talked vividly about stock recommendation, but just as a form of reminder, because I understand that many of us will understand that we are in the sellers market. So when we say sellers market, that is many people have made profits. I hope you were not caught unawares. Yeah, many people have made profits in the time of the inauguration of the new president, and many people are already leaving the market. So that's why I said it is a seller's market. So almost everybody is selling. So if you can see my stock recommendation here, I don't know if I can bold in this more so that you can see it clearly. Okay. Yeah, so you can see from my rating, you are seeing a lot of sell, accumulate, sell, hold, under review, buy, sell. Yeah, there's a lot of sales. So you should have known that. Yeah, it's as if everybody's supposed to be selling. And at this time, if you are buying, you are very cautious. You can see the ones we are advising you to buy. So if you are coming to the stock market at this time, you know it is a risk and return market. So there is an higher form of return, but there's also high risks. So you are not just coming here and saying, Victoria showed us some beautiful stocks. So this logo is very beautiful, and you're just picking. My dear, you will just pick and you could just enter debt because most of those shares might start falling. So you have to be careful. So why are you seeing accumulate here? Why are you seeing sell hold, sell, and a lot, because this rating is basically what you need in this presentation. The other ones, we've done it for you. So basically for this buy, let me start from the buy. Don't let's say because we are just describing sellers market, so we should not understand what buy means. So when we say you should buy, what we're actually saying is that there is a possibility that you actually see 25% or more total return on that particular shares that you're buying. So for instance, you bought Dangote Cement as at early this year. That Dangote Cement was still about 250, 260, right? Now it's over 320. So at that time, if you watched our recommendation closely, you see we're saying buy Dangote Cement. So buy is we giving you like assurance that this is going to do 25% or more. For those that actually bought Dangote Cement now, they are smiling. For instance, corn oil as at this time last year also was about 25, 26, roaming about 26, 27 naira. And now corn oil is about, I think, 80 something to 90 something naira. So you know that you've made over 100%. And just to chip this in, the equities market is only that market that can beat inflation. I can promise you. Inflation is over 22.7% right now. And I don't think there is anybody you walk up to and you are telling that you want to do maybe a 365 days note or whatever that will be able to give you 20%. It's not going to be possible. So this is just that market where you can gain 10% in a day, right? But this is also the market where you can also lose 10% in a day. So you must be very, very careful. So let's now go to accumulate, the one beside it. We are saying between 10 and 20%, we are sure that this particular stock will give you a total return of between 10 and 25%. So it might not even give you 25%, but it would give you more than 10%. So that's why we are saying, okay, don't take the whole basket and pack everything inside the basket. Just accumulate bit by bit, right? So that it's not look like you're not buying anything. Yeah, so for old, we are saying that remain neutral because we're expecting a return of 10% and below. That is 8%, 5%, 4%. So if the stock was 10 naira, we are saying it may give you 12 naira. So weigh your options, just hold on to the stock, right? If it goes higher than this, maybe because of market sentiment, good for you, then you can sell. So for reduce, we are saying that total expected return ranges from nil to negative over the next 12 months. Now, remember that our stock recommendation is not tomorrow. So many people come into the stock market with that basic research. You just come in and you just want to buy and then sell tomorrow at a very big price. The stock market does not work like that. When you are coming, you are having an investor's mindset, for we that will actually read the these emails that she sends out. You can see that she always tells us something like this. So you don't just open up all your hands and then buy or sell and thinking that tomorrow you have gained 50%. No, in each day, the market can only do 10% up and 10% down, right? So don't just come with over expectation. Have like a 6 month range in mind that, okay, in the next 6 months, and then I'm buying the right portfolio, I'm buying the right stocks. I'm not just picking or mini, let me just buy something. No, you're just saying, Dangote Cement, you be good name. You know that song now, you be good name. No, that's not why you're buying it. You're buying that as of now, this stock for the over 5 years, they've been profitable, right? They've been doing well and their governance is uptight. So I can always invest in this stock. Now for sales, so we'll not talk too much. For sales, shares is trading at a premium to its expected return over the next 12 months. So what all this just simply means is that it is at its peak, right? The shares, the equity market is already at the peak. So we are saying that over the next 12 months, it will shed below what it is now. So you should quickly sell. So for the target price, it is the estimate of the future price of the stock. So we are saying that, okay, this is our benchmark price, and then current price is what is available to be sold right now. So basic tips about the equities market, we discussed this last time, but I'll just be touching on where we did not on those that we didn't talk about last time. I want you to remember that trading session actually starts 10 a.m. and we close 2:20 p.m. So apart from this time, you are not able to trade in the day, and then during public holidays, you are not able to trade. But Monday to Friday, when there is no public holiday, it is open. Now, settlement period, Victoria said a whole lot about this. Transaction date plus extra 3 days. Now, for the full bid, is a situation whereby there are only buyers for a stock and there is no willing seller. So that is, everybody wants to buy, full bid. Everybody's bidding for the stock, highest bidder. Everybody wants to buy the stock, right? And nobody is willing to sell. So in case you come to the app and you say, buy Wako, or let me say buy livestock. Most times this happens with penny stocks, right? You may literally not see a Zenith go on full bid or full offer, except the market is extremely hot. So when you see that one, know that for premium stocks, you may literally not see them go on full bid. But penny stocks, a whole lot. You can see full bid now and they're full offer towards the afternoon. So it's just telling you that full bid, you cannot buy at that time, just queue up in the market. And then for full offer, everybody wants to sell. Nobody's willing to buy, right? Everybody believes that they can get it at a cheaper rate, maybe tomorrow or another time. So for the bullish market, now I know you will have had a lot of this, maybe a lot of bullish around the market, or maybe you watch Channels TV and you have seen bulls and bears. So it's just basically a market that is characterized with sustained increase in prices. Everything is going up, nothing is coming down, or maybe just few stocks are coming down. We also saw this during this administration when it recently started, almost everywhere, full bid, everybody wants to buy. So because the market was pumping, there was hype in the market, everybody had a positive sentiment, there was optimism in the markets. And then for the bearish markets, opposite is the case, prolonged price declines, when you are seeing that for a longer period of time, not just correction. If you see in this market, we've had correction over the months, but bearish market is prolonged market decline. So that, and most of the time there is a negative sentiment in the market, so people don't just believe in the market. So my final slide, price limit order, well explained by our stockbroker Victoria, how you can put your limit order, good for the day, market price order, and good to cancel. So basically you just have a specified price attached that, okay, this is my price. Now you don't just choose prices because you feel they should go. You choose prices based on your own research, or maybe you've spoken to us, we've spoken to the research team here, and then we said, okay, this stock might likely drop, and then you can put your buy limits at this, or this stock might actually go up. You can put your sell limits at this, so you don't just pick any price that is not realistic and put it on limits. So for good for the day, at any time, you are putting a time into it, and then for market price, you are buying it now or selling it now. So whatever price the opposite side is giving or selling at, so you are willing to buy at that price. And good to cancel, at any time when you want to cancel, you are ready. At any time when you want to cancel, you are ready to cancel that limit order. So it will be there until you cancel or until it expires. So that will be all for today. I know your questions are already rolling in. You could contact us for any issues at brokerageteam@afrinvest.com. You could also call the following numbers and we will be there to help you out. So over to you, Timileyin.
So thank you, everyone. And I wish you a wonderful day ahead.